Hi, my name is Chris Bosley. I just wanted to talk about a problem I'm having with Gmail. I think one of the Anglicans here and a third party. There's a guy here in this building who's a real douchebag, and I think he does trash for the Anglicans. So they help him with technical stuff if he can't do it himself, and and then he does the work, so they can't take the blame for it. I think what they've done is they've duplicated my phone somehow, or parts of my phone. For example, here is my Gmail. I've never ever used um, Linux on this account, and I've never synchronized it. Synchronization is always turned off, and this is the recent devices used. Like I said, I've never used Linux, and I've never used anything that has to do with Linux. So on this account, because I haven't been able to use computers, they're just hacking the machines too much, and they're breaking all the machines. I can't afford keep on paying them, and once they get into the machine, they screw with the firmware and they screw with the operating system, and everything's just toxic, so it can't be trusted anymore. So I took this a while ago, a couple days ago, and it's the well, no, more than a couple days ago. It was the May 7th. That last account was last synced, and the current device was the Android. So when I go into the my Gmail today, what happened was it was out of sync. I think that had something to do with the power being out. Anyways, um, the power being out, my phone does run a bit better. But here is um, the IP address going through a VPN. And as you can see, it's browser, Firefox, and a mobile. Now, I've never used the mobile app on this. My Gmail has always been disabled, and my Gmail app has always been disabled, and my Gmail services have always been disabled. But I don't think that matters, because I think they're connected to my phone, and I think they're running those applications on maybe like a virtual system, or like even an Android on a PC Arduino. Even they could do that. So I think what they've done is they've cloned this, and I think they're when I log in to my account, they also log in. These two accounts are different. See, last logged in was 429 and then 427, and then they synchronized. Um, I never caused anything to do that. Then I stopped my VPN and I signed out. Now, when I signed out, or when I stopped my VPN and I shut down my radio, this is what happened. I got my Firefox stayed. It's hard to see. I'm really sorry about that. My Firefox browser stayed, and the mobile stayed, but they have different IP addresses. See, but look at the times. The IP address that was going through the VPN, which is the mobile on the bottom there, at the very top two rows, it said 432. But when I turned off my radio and then turned off the VPN and signed back in, I signed in with my browser. So if my browser is being viewed as a mobile and browser at the same time, then it should both be signed in at that IP address, and both at the time 439, but it's not. So they've duplicated my phone, and they've duplicated my account, and they're running a mobile app that connects to my account, and they synchronize it, or they're running it on a Linux system. Because when I logged out, I never logged out of the account. I just shut off my radio, and then I turned my radio back on, and it had a different IP address. And then I went back into the account with this browser, because I just always use a browser to connect to my Firefox account. I don't trust the app. Not in this toxic environment with all these Anglicans around. And as you can see, when I logged back in, my browser had a different IP address, and the other mobile app was still going through my VPN. So this means that they are screwing with my VPN, and they're also connecting through the VPN. So they're connecting through my phone directly, and then they tunnel through the VPN and they probably add a second account to their VPN account, or they quickly log out of their VPN and then they log themselves back in. So I have no idea how they're doing all this, but this is definitely not my doing. That mobile app is not my accessing. It's not me accessing my account. It's them. This is really advanced. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. I disconnected again, and I couldn't connect. So after I did this, I just disconnected again, and I couldn't connect. So what I mean is I turned off the radio again, and then I turned the radio back on, and I wasn't able to connect to my account. I wouldn't let me connect. So I had to shut everything down and then restart. So then I logged out of the web browser account and I tried to set up my my Gmail account. So this is my Gmail account, and I tried to set up my Gmail account. I've never used this Gmail app, and I tried to set up my account on this Gmail app. So first thing I noticed was, look at the time. Look at the name. Okay, fine, but look at the name before when I first set up the app. Two Orbit Rallies. This app in my phone is synchronized to another app on their system that already has an Orbit Rally set up on it. That's my Gmail account. So someone has duplicated my Gmail account, and it shows twice in this application. That's the only thing I can see that explains it. Because there should only be one listing of Orbit Rally. There shouldn't be two. And yet that coincides logically. That makes sense. With this here, someone else is using a mobile app. When I sign in, someone else signs in with a mobile app. So there's two signings in, and they've got it synchronized. So the application signs in, and then my browser signs in, and the application signs in at the same time my browser signs in. I don't know, but something weird is going on because I'm not signing into this. Another thing is that several times people have signed in from Newcastle. Several times people have signed into my YouTube account or my Gmail account from Newcastle. And there's lots of Anglicans here a couple Anglicans here that are from Newcastle. So I think that they have my password because I think they've duplicated the phone. And I think they have all that information. They have my password and they have all my accounts, and they monitor all. It's just incessant. These people are insane. They're like leeches. They're like parasites. They're really screwed up. So anyways, I did try synchronizing, and it took the longest time to synchronize, and it wouldn't synchronize. It just waits for synchronizing. It won't synchronize. So here's my Gmail account that I just set up. Synchronizing is off, and it won't sync. It just keeps spinning like that. It won't sync. It's because I think that somebody else is like controlling it. It says last synced 2017 at 26. And what's the date today? 26. But it's not synchronizing. Someone else synchronized. Last synced 2017 05/26 at 17:24. So someone else synchronized this because my application is not synchronizing. See? It's not synchronizing. So someone else is synchronized. Sync is off, see? And it won't synchronize. They are controlling my application, and they are synchronizing. So when I go back to my, where is it? When I go back to my, look at, I got an image around here that shows last synchronized. There. See? Last synced May 7th, 2017. I've never synchronized this account because I have never ever used the Gmail app on this phone. Ever. So someone else has complete administrative control of this phone, and these are Anglican Bible college students, Anglicans, Presbyterians, and Baptists, Bible college students at Moore Theological Bible College in Sydney, New South Wales. I think they have connections with the government, and I think they do this to a lot of people. I think they run little freaking surveillance scams out of their churches probably. They're doing screw else all, sitting on their butts all day. They probably sit there scanning people around them. And then when they find someone who's doing something bad, they go and rat them out to the cops. There's a dirtbag here that does their dirt. He's really bad because he plays both sides. He's friends with the Anglicans, and then he probably scans his friends when he goes to the bar to play pool on Tuesday night. He probably scans his friends' phones, and then he sets them off, and he sends them off to the freaking aliens. Or to the aliens, gives to the Anglicans, and then he gives them a list of names. Oh yeah, this guy's doing so and so, and this guy had this on his phone, and so I think he's probably playing two sides. He's probably ratting out on his friends and then keeping in close company with the Anglicans. Anyways, they have a relationship, and the Anglican property manager likes him, and he's always um, has knowledge of what's going on around here. He always parks in the Anglican students when they leave. The Anglicans live in this building and they leave on holidays or go away on the weekend. Even before they get their bags packed, he's got his car running to park in their spot. How does he know when they're leaving so fast? Unless he gets that information from um, the property manager here, who's a scoundrel and a scumbag himself. Not even qualifies as a scoundrel. He's just a horrible person. So I'm just showing you all these times while I'm talking and I'm flipping through. But as you can see, when I turned my radio off, I got a new IP address, and yet the old address was still running through the VPN, and it wasn't logged out. And then when I logged back in to the Gmail account with my browser, which is what I'm using right now, I logged back in, and it still shows two accounts, and my other account can't sync. So my other account can't sync, probably because they're already running an application. So two applications won't connect at once. I don't know, or two instances won't connect at once. But present. Uh, this is my present um, uh, mobile, and see the application there, a mobile, and there it is right there. On the very top. And it says the star is for recent activity, indicates